I'm Christiana George, and I'm an estimator. So I got into engineering because I really like to create things and I really like to understand how things work. As a kid, I would always drive by like bridges or buildings or like even just little like toy cars, like anything, and just be like, oh, I wonder how that works, I wonder how this works, I wonder how that's built, I wonder whatever. And I was a total Lego kid, and I also took robotics classes in college. Like, I just love understanding that stuff. So that's initially what made me want to do it. I really think that these projects we do, they're so large scale and they're so personal. Like a lot of the roads we have worked on and the trains and the buildings, like they're places I go all the time. They're roads I drive every day. So that's just really something personal to me. And then also, because the projects are so large scale, they're like historical, a lot of them. And we have a project in DC right now that is going right up to like near a bunch of these monuments that I've been to as a tourist. So it's kind of cool that we're working on them. Our projects are really large and we're expanding, obviously, and I think that's really exciting because you could be working on projects all over the US, maybe even more. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I live in New York and I'm working in California and I've been able to travel for that. So that's one thing I think is really exciting about Halmar specifically. I'm working on the Golden Gate Bridge seismic retrofit, and it's essentially updating the bridge for earthquakes. The idea was we needed to kind of strengthen the bridge, and so we're helping out with phase 3, which is going to be continuing to just strengthen the bridge from severe damage. One way we're doing that is by installing dampers on the bridge, which will help with kind of absorbing the shock of an earthquake. So much of what we do is kind of looking at drawings and being able to visualize, okay, is that actually going to work? Because we kind of need to take the plans and see how are we going to build that, how are we going to price that. And so I suggested a 3D printer, brought it in, started printing some of these scenarios, and it gave us so much perspective on, oh wow, okay, that's how closely these pieces are going to fit together, or that's how long it would take me to put these little printed bolts in place. The number one thing I learned is that information is never a waste. I can think of times I've just been having a cup of coffee and somebody comes up and starts kind of just explaining concepts to me that I'm kind of like, okay, actually I need to write this down. And I'm kind of just always learning. I think it's important to be like a sponge because there's so much information all the time. And it might not be helpful for that project specifically, but a lot of times it comes up later and I'm like, oh, I know that. Yeah, I learned that little thing here or there. So I would say just that learning is never a waste, and there's a lot of helpful information all the time.